Bahugna. Along with me is my co-host Anushi, and together we'll be taking up all your stock-related queries. So you can WhatsApp us or call us directly. Both the numbers are flashing on your screens right now, viewers. And on the show, we are joined by Mahesh M. Ojha, AVP Research and Business Development, Hensick Securities on the fundamentals, and Rajesh Bhosle, Equity Technicals and Derivative Analyst, Angel One on the technicals. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening. Now let's get straight to the first query on the show. First query is written to us from Puducherry. So John is writing to us saying that is it the right time to enter the share of transformer and rectifier or any other share better than this one on the same field, and he wants to invest for 1 to 2 years. So currently the stock is trading at 364 odd levels, and in the manufacturer of power furnace and rectifier transformers. So in this space, do you actually recommend John to, enter this particular counter? I'll come to you, Mahesh, for the fundamental.
I think he can enter here, but as the stock is falling down from a higher side, so still some downside can't deny due to market pressure. But yes, levels are attractive. He can enter here. At least 50% fund can be deployed here, and rest can be wait if come downside till 320, 330 zone. But yes, he can invest in these levels.
All right. And Rajesh, on the technicals, how is it faring on the charts?
Yeah, so I agree with Mahesh sir. He can add 50% around current levels, and then we see a strong support somewhere around 330 to 340, which is somewhere around weekly 89 EMA. So that would be a key level to re-enter average on the lower side.
Okay, well, that's the view for transformers and rectifiers that we are seeing. Moving on to the auto space, now the whole sector was in focus after their February numbers. Now, the next query is from Shrikant, and he's from Bengaluru, and he has about 122 shares of Tata Motors at a price of 70.22. Wants to understand whether he should hold or sell or should add more to the position that is there. Firstly, Rajesh, I'll come to you on a technical check on something like a Tata Motors.
So definitely at this level, he should not sell. It's in a oversold zone and a prominent name. So if we see in October 23, the stock had started rally from the levels somewhere around 610 to 600, the rally which moved up to 1000 levels. So now the stock is moving to its origin point of previous rally. So nowhere to sell at current levels. In fact, if it's possible, he can average it. Might not see the similar kind of performance, but on a bounce back towards 680 to 720, that would be the levels to recheck and to reevaluate if he can hold or to exit.
Any other names that you're seeing, Rajesh, in terms of in the auto space that you are constructive on currently?
See, the counter from the four-wheeler that is more promising is M&M. It has been a outperformer. Recently, it has dipped, but now it's placed on around strong support. So, as compared to Tata Motors, M&M would be the bet that would outperform in the near term.
Okay, and Mahesh, coming to you on the fundamental check on this counter. Now, it was a mixed set that we have seen for this month in terms of where the auto sales were. Tata Motors, we've seen about a downtick in terms of 9% where the passenger sales were. Want to get your outlook on something like Tata Motors, and if you have any other preferred plays in the auto space?
I think the Tata Motor is low P in this space. Today it has I think 52-week low. So stock is already bottom done, and I think a little lower could come further if market facing some selling pressure. But yes, if anyone holding from a lower level, then the 740 could come, 740, 760 level could come in near term. Then they can reevaluate. From auto sector space, M&M looks good. Numbers of monthly numbers are coming good, and they're all the segment are doing well. So I think the M&M could be a good pick for longer term horizon, but currently all the auto space are facing some selling pressure. Then this stock could face some selling pressure, but that would be a buying opportunity. And another one is a TVS Motor. I think a TVS Motor, if any downside coming in TVS Motor, then one can look for investment. for 2650 to 2700 plus level for a 1 year horizon. So TVS Motor, I think looks good for 1 year horizon or longer for the same.
All right, so TVS Motor looks good for 1 year is what Mahesh is suggesting. With that, let's go across the first caller on our show. Ramesh is calling us from Chennai. Hi Ramesh, good evening. How can we help you?
Hi everyone, good evening.
Yes, please go ahead with your query.
Yeah, my question is about Spandana Sphoorty financials. So it's like I'm just tracking this stock for quite some time.
Okay.
It was like when it reached 350, I thought like let's get down to 350 and buy it. Then again I waited for 300, then again I waited for 250. Still it's going down. I'm just thinking like it's been down for like close to 75% in last 1 year.
Yes.
Is there any light at the end of the tunnel for this stock so that I can accumulate it like at the current level? And my horizon is about like 5 to 10 years. So
Okay.
is it
A pretty
wise
long
to do that
horizon.
at this point of time?
Yeah. All right. So I'll get you a fundamental view on it. But as we already know that, Spandana Sphoorty is engaged in the business of microfinance, providing small value unsecured loans to low income customers in semi-urban and rural areas. So, talking about the fundamentals, Mahesh, how is the picture looking like? Is it promising for 5 to 6 years?
For 5 to 6 years, it's not promising so much. But if you see the levels from the last few months, we have already suggested on your channel on higher level that it's not looking good. But from current level, I think if anyone want to invest, they can invest for their corpus 2 to 3% at least if they are wish to invest in this stocks. For 1 year horizon, I think at least 375 to 400 level could come for this, but not optimistic for more upside from current view. But yes, on this level, if anyone want to invest in this stocks, then they can invest a little bit amount in this stock.
All right. And Rajesh, you also hold the same view for a short term because currently it's trading at 253. So are these the correct levels to enter?
I wouldn't suggest to enter, but if in case holding any position, any bound should be used to exit longs. So the previous high are around somewhere around 300. If any bounce comes towards those level, then definitely that level should be taken as exit opportunity.
Okay, and do you have any other suggestions for short term apart from Spandana Sphoorty? If anyone, a new investor wants to invest in this particular space, so do you have any recommendations?
So if we see from the finance space, definitely Bajaj Finance. So the tick sizes is a bit big, but if we see in last 6 months, Bajaj Finance has outperformed the market, and even in the long term, we are seeing a long-term breakout, expecting the stock to move towards the 10,000 levels. So definitely the tick size is big, but if possible, he can switch to Bajaj Finance.
Okay, well, that's the view for Bajaj Finance. Now, moving on to the next query, it's from Jeff from Andhra Pradesh, and he holds 25 shares of Coal India, and this is at a price of 296. So, currently, if we see let's pull out Coal India stock price, he's currently sitting at a profit of around 1,600. There have been a couple of recent updates for Coal India. Firstly, on its February production numbers, which are in focus. Along with that, it also announced price hikes of around 300 per ton. Rajesh, I'll come to you on this first. How is it looking on the charts of something like Coal India?
See, along with the broader markets, Coal India as well has corrected in the recent times. So as of now, the short-term trend remains negative. But if we consider the higher degree time frame charts, the prices have corrected to the key retracement level. So no point selling at current levels. Possibly hold on to it. The stock can retest 400 levels if market bounce back. The stock is showing positive divergence oversold zone, so possibly headed towards 400. And once the stock crosses 400, the positive momentum can trigger back towards 440 to 450. So as of now, for current levels, can hold on to it.
Okay, a hold on the technical side. Mahesh, I'll come to you. Your view on the fundamentals?
I think the current announcement of increased price of 300 ton is positive for the stock, and many brokerage houses have already re-reared the stock for upward momentum. So that is the positive trigger for Coal India. From 1 year horizon, I am expecting 460 to 475 level. But currently, stock is in consolidation, lower consolidation, I can say. And yeah, if you see the after 385 level, stock could run up to 400, 415 in shorter term time. So from hold on from my side.
All right. So that's the view coming in on Coal India. With that, we have a caller from Prayagraj. Hi, Kuldeep. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, how can we help you, Kuldeep?
Ma'am, actually, I have purchased NBCC India
Okay.
stock.
Yeah.
But now is still a rate of rupees 77, 72. So, what can you suggest me that this time I hold or long term my positions? Please.
Okay. And Kuldeep, when did you buy NBCC?
Actually, I am by 21st February.
Okay, so it's a recent purchase. And
Yeah.
you're looking for a long-term horizon. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, you're calling from Prayagraj. So, the first thing that comes to our mind is the Mahakumbh that has happened there. So, did you go and take holy dip?
Yes.
Oh, you
Yes,
went.
ma'am.
Great, great. So, okay, I'll get your query answered there. Mahesh, coming straight to you. The fundamental when it posted its Q3 results, so revenue, EBITDA, the net profit was all up. So, it posted decent numbers there. And currently, it's trading at 73. So, do you think it's the right approach to hold this stock for another 1 to 2 years?
I think he can hold for the 2 year as well as 6 to 9 month horizon. So in a later time frame, if I am looking 85 to 88 range could become in near term. But if you are holding for a longer term horizon, then we can see 110 plus level in horizons could be 1 year or a more than that. So from my view, hold, and if anyone wish to buy on these level for a longer term, at least they can buy the same.
So that's a hold on NBCC for long term, and for the new investors, these are the correct levels to, purchase. And Rajesh, coming to you, since he asked for a long term, but I'd also like to take a short term view on it. So how is this particular counter looking, on the charts?
Yeah, the stock was in bust during the budget season. I mean, around Jan and to Feb, mid-Feb. But in the last couple of weeks, the stock has corrected. But somewhere around 68 to 67, the stock has a base formation. So as of now, hold on to it, expecting a bounce back, possibly towards 83 to 85 levels.
Okay, so that's the view for NBCC India. But next we have a caller joining us, and this is Setu from Bengaluru. Hi Setu, I hope you're audible to you.
Yes, sir. Good evening to you. Thank you for the wonderful job that's done. My query is on the Reliance Industries. I bought 30 shares at the rate of 1212, that is 1,412 rupees. It's going down, so should I hold it or can I buy more? In fact, I'm a long-term investor, so I would like to know whether I can hold it for a longer duration
Okay,
and buy more.
Can you just describe your investment horizon period for us, and when have you purchased these 30 shares?
Maybe 3 years I can hold.
Okay. So Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one. Reliance Industries, now this has been under pressure again. With a lot to do with what the broader markets have also been in the mood of, but want to take your understanding on Reliance Industries.
From valuation parameter, I think Reliance can be hold and he can buy further if he want to buy. But technically, there is some bearish pattern in Reliance industry. So for some time, I think a lower consolidation could be possible after 1185 level closing or a sustain. Then we can see up to 1210 to 1235, 40 level. So from longer to term horizon definitely can hold, and if anyone wish to add, they can add further.
Add at current levels is what you're saying for Reliance Industries. Rajesh, I'll take your answer also to the technical check for this counter.
Yeah, so if you see Reliance last couple of week was holding on to the 1200 levels, but today there was weakness and that support has been broken. Along with that, 200 weekly average has been broken as well. So in short term, there may be some weakness, possibly towards 1100 levels. So the 1100 is the level from where the in the October there was a sharp move. So somewhere around 1100 can be re-average. The stock is a prominent name, so exiting it won't be a great idea, but somewhere around 1100 can be added.
Okay, so that's the view on RIL. With that, we have a caller from New Delhi. Hi, Anurag. Good evening.
गुड इवनिंग मैम।
Yes, how can we help you, Anurag?
मैम एक्चुअली मैं ये जानना चाह रहा था, बजाज फिंसर्व का एक स्टॉक है जो कि 1885 का में बाइंग स्ट्राइक चल रहा था, ठीक है, बट वो आज काफी ज्यादा 2 दिन से काफी डाउन में चल रहा है, तो उसका क्या स्टेटस रहने वाला है? मेरे उसकी होल्ड रखूं या सेल आउट कर दूं?
ओके, और मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहूंगी कि बजाज फिनसर्व ही क्यों?
ये लिया हुआ है मैम, तो उसको तो देखना ही पड़ेगा ना।
अच्छा, ये आपने खरीदा हुआ है, तो आप बताइए आपने कितने स्टॉक्स खरीदे हैं, कितने प्राइस में खरीदे हैं?
2500 क्वांटिटी है मेरे पास अभी।
ओके, और आपने कितने में खरीदा है?
मैंने जो इसका आप एवरेज मान लो, मेरा इसका 1882 रुपए का एवरेज है।
1882 का, अच्छा, और अभी उससे तो नीचे गिर चुका है, तो अभी 1839 पे चल रहा है। हाँ, तो 2500 स्टॉक आपने खरीदे हैं, करेक्ट? Anurag, okay. So Mahesh, coming straight to you on the fundamental side, he has bought 2,500 shares at 1,852, and currently it's trading at 1,839. So, and the stock has been down, but since January, if we look at the charts, it has seen a upward trend. So, what do you have to say for the long term? Is it advisable for Anurag to stay invested in this particular company for 1 to 2 years?
Definitely, if there is a horizon of more than 1 year, he can hold further. I think a stock has a much more potential for upside, but current market is not giving so much confidence to investor. But if you see the Bajaj Finance, the Bajaj Finserv compared to market participation, they have much more stability other than other groups. So I think if there is horizon of more than 1 year, then he can hold further. But if there is a horizon of shorter term period, then we can see if any bounce back, then we can see 1920 to 1940. There, if there is a horizon of shorter term, then he may exit on that level. But from longer term, you are intact and they can hold further.
Okay, so that's the view for Bajaj Finserv that we are seeing. Moving on, we have another caller joining us, and this is Rajesh from Mumbai. Hi Rajesh, how can we help you on the show today?
Hello, yeah. Thank you very much for taking my query. My query is from Mr. Mahesh जी, आपके लिए query है। मैं आपका बहुत बड़ा फैन हूँ। पहले तो ये कह दूँ कि आपकी काफी सारी टिप्स मुझे अच्छी भी लगी है। मैं सिर्फ ये जानना चाहता था कि मेरे पास जिलेट शेयर है, जिलेट इंडिया के 20 शेयर हैं, 7,400 में मैंने लिए हुए हैं, और मुझे इसकी फिगर है ना कम से कम 12,000 रुपए देखनी है। यही सोच के मैंने लिया है। मैं लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर हूँ, तो आप मुझे प्लीज गाइड कीजिए कि कब ये 12,000 होगा, क्योंकि मैंने कितनों को अपने साइड से भी बोला हुआ है और अब सब मुझे कह रहे हैं कब होगा, क्योंकि आपकी काफी टिप्स मुझे सही लगी है। तो आप मुझे प्लीज इसके बारे में जरा गाइड कीजिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
जी जरूर महेश, बट मैं आपको पूछना चाहूँगी कि आप 12,000 जो आप बोल रहे हो, आप कितने समय में चाहते हैं? आपके कुछ ऐसे साल है कि इतने साल में ही मुझे चाहिए या वैसे कुछ?
एक्चुअली आई वुड प्रेफर कि 2 साल में हो जाए तो बेटर है, क्योंकि इट इज 10,000 रुपीज है सपोज। तो अभी
Okay, Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one. Now, Rajesh has a big target for the company. He's seeing about a 12,000 rupees of a target. Want to understand from you, for Gillette India, the overall long-term picture. Now, he's bought these 20 shares at a price of 7,400. What's your view on this?
Firstly, thanks for compliment, and I think there is the pick is good. I think little bit upside, more upside up to 9,800, 10,000 level could be come in 12 to 18 month horizon. But if there is a target of 12,000, we can see after that what our quarter on quarter result. So a little bit cautious, but I think if there is a horizon 12 to 18 month, 9,500 to 9,800 target could be real term. But above 10,250, 10,450 closing, we may see some more upside, but it will take time. But their target is a logical for 2 year horizon. We could see 10,500 to 12,000 rand above above sustain above 10,200 level. So I think stock picking is good. He can hold further, and we may see in 2 year horizon optimist for at least 10,500 level.
Okay, Mahesh, thanks for that view. I'm sure you've made quite a lot of fans there. So with that, we have a caller from. We have a caller, Veerbhadra. Hi, Veerbhadra.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. How can we help you?
I just want to ask. I have got some allocation from IPO of Carraro India. That is a axle manufacturing company in Pune.
Yes.
At the rate of 702, means 702 rupees.
Okay.
Per share.
Okay.
I got some 320 share allocated.
Right.
Then suddenly that share went down, and then again I go to the market and get some 300 share more at the rate of 350 rupees.
Okay.
To just to null and void my losses.
Yeah.
But still the share is going down. Whenever I am trying to sell it particular shares of Carraro India, the particular note will be there in the foot. At the end, they will write that this particular script is under surveillance.
Yes.
This script had given 100% return,
Yes.
or it was 100% higher. So I couldn't understand these things. What to do with this shares?
Okay. And are you a long-term investor or a short-term investor?
I had just started my investing.
Okay. But why did you go for Carraro India in the very first place?
Because it was IPO.
Okay. So you were interested in the company. I'll get your query answered. Mahesh rightly said, since Feb it has seen a very sharp fall. He's bought at 700 levels is what he was saying, and currently it's trading at 311. So what do you have to say on this particular company? Is it advisable for him to stay invested in it, or should he book his losses?
His loss is higher, and I think that IPO cycle where we have seen much more high valuation IPO on that cycle due to a higher IPO valuation, the stock is facing some selling pressure. But these level we can't suggest for loss booking here. We at least 400, 440 level could come in near term after stabilization of market, but not subject to market this condition. But after stabilization of market, we may see 440 to 460 range at least. There he may try to exit the levels. But stock is currently downside. But I think stock has slightly potential for upside, so he could wait further, but not. I'm not advising for further add these stocks, but he could wait for try to exit on higher level, and that could be 440 to 460 zone, and we may see after stabilization of market. Currently, stock is downside. We may see some more downside from these levels also. So he can hold further, but keep a strict stop loss near 278. If any closing below 278 level, then we may see more downside in this stock.
Okay, so that's the view for Carraro India. But next we have a caller joining us, and this is Naveen. Hi Naveen, how can we help you on the show today?
हेलो
Please state your query.
सर मैडम मेरे पास में आदित्य बिरला कैपिटल के 500 शेयर आई हैव 500 शेयर एट द रेट 225.
ठीक है, आपने ये शेयर्स कब परचेज किए थे, आप बता सकते हो इसके बारे में? एंड आप को व्यू टेक्निकली चाहिए या फंडामेंटल व्यू चाहिए?
मेरे को टेक्निकली चाहिए लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए.
Okay. So we'll go to both the guests for that. Rajesh, I'll come to you first on Aditya Birla Capital. Now, currently the stock is around 153 odd levels or so, and it much lower than what he bought it at a price of 225. Your understanding on this?
तो अभी फिलहाल तो स्टॉक सपोर्ट के आसपास ट्रेड कर रहा है. 200 वीक का मूविंग एवरेज है, एंड यहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं एक बेस बन रहा है. अभी कोई रिवर्सल साइन नहीं है, बट इनकेस यहाँ से 160 क्रॉस करता है तो लास्ट 3 वीक्स के हाई है, तो उसके ऊपर एक मोमेंटम देखने को मिल सकता है, पॉसिबली टुवर्ड्स 175 to 180। तो अभी फिलहाल के लिए होल्ड रखिए। सपोर्ट आ रहा है 140 से 135 के रेंज में।
Okay, so that's the view on AB Capital. With that, we have a caller from Chennai. Hi Ram, good evening. How can we help you?
Yeah, hi. Thanks for my query.
Yes.
So I want to know, so I'm holding 50 shares of ITC.
Okay.
So the stock has been fallen huge now. So will it the right time to invest more? I'm looking for long term.
Yeah.
So I'm having around a budget of around 1 lakh rupees.
Okay.
So whether I can accumulate ITC shares or whether what shares you will recommend?
Okay, so Mahesh, since he's looking for a 1 year picture, are these the correct levels to accumulate more, since he has a corpus of 1 lakh rupees? So is it advisable for him to stay, to add more at these levels?
I think he can add further on these levels in a staggered way. If any downside from these levels also, he can add further. ITC is a good company and good dividend pay stocks. And we have seen already stock is downside from higher levels. So I think it's a good advice, or accumulation could be done in these levels. And we may see if any downside could be used for buying opportunity. Stock has a much more potential for upside, and its track record of ITC are so sound. So any downside is buying opportunity, and after stabilization of market, and we may see some upstick in FMCG or demand also. So I think a stock could be profitable, much more potential for upside. So he may add in any downside, but first target could be near 440 to 450 zone. After that one, we may see 480 to 495 at least zone for ITC.
Okay, so Mahesh is quite bullish on ITC for long term. With that, we'll have to slip into a short break. Viewers, please keep sending in your queries on WhatsApp and call in. We'll be right back on Ask Profit. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit.
Very warm welcome to you all for this NDTV Profit conclave, which is themed on Viksit Bharat.
A life which is both taking care of your material needs and taking care of your altruistic needs. That will be the true definition of Viksit Bharat.
In my view, we are already out of that slowdown.
For every unloam, you have to have vilom. You can't just keep doing up and up in the trading also. You have to come down. So the correction and healthy correction is a very, very integral part of the market.
The private capital expenditure, from where I sit, I see that private capital expenditure is happening.
Any tariff coming on Indian goods will be passed on to American consumers, and Indian companies will not be affected.
We feel fairly good about the fact that we can compete with various folks.
Actually, instead of Viksit Bharat, we should call it Re-Viksit Bharat.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
Very warm welcome to you all for this NDTV Profit conclave, which is themed on Viksit Bharat.
A life which is both taking care of your material needs and taking care of your altruistic needs. That will be the true definition of Viksit Bharat.
In my view, we are already out of that slowdown.
For every unloam, you have to have vilom. You can't just keep doing up and up in the trading also. You have to come down. So the correction and healthy correction is a very, very integral part of the market.
The private capital expenditure from where
and welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit on NDTV Profit. We are joined by Mahesh Oj on the fundamentals and Rajesh Bhosle on the technicals. Yours are WhatsApp and calling numbers are flashing on your screen, so do feel free to pick up your phones and call us right away for more queries. But the next caller we have right now is Shoaib from Jammu and Kashmir. Hi Shoaib, what's your query? Can you please state your query and welcome to the show?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, please state your query.
Yeah, so my query is about Himadri Specialty Chemicals. My holding would be for 1 or 2 years and I am averaging it down with just 10% funds left. So I just wanted to know if I would average it more or I should hold it at that price of 525.
Okay, and what's the horizon period that you're looking for, if you can repeat that part?
Yeah, almost for long term, I would say 2 years or 1-2 years at least.
Okay, so 1 to 2 years is what you're saying. Mahesh, I'll come to you on Himadri Specialty Chemicals. Now, if you're seeing currently Shoaib is facing a loss of around 50,000 on this counter, wants to understand from you, what's the fundamentals shaping up for the business?
Fundamental stocks good, but currently we are seeing some downside and little bit a little bit more downside in stocks. So I think if any upside in the stock nearby 500, 480 zone, then he should try to exit in the stocks. But fundamentally, stock has a valuation for upside more. But try to at least exit on a higher level, at least reduce your quantity. And lower level, I am not advising to add more here because I think stock has a downside channel and we may see some more downside in it. So fundamentally, stock has much more potential, but technically, stock is not looking good due to I think there is some reason could be there. So he can hold further, but if any upside, he can try to exit.
Okay, so that's the view coming in. Now with that, let's go across to one more caller from Mysuru. Hi Raghunandan, good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Yes,
madam,
how can we help you?
Madam, I bought Vaaree Renewables Energy at 1280. Number of shares is 11, madam. I am new to share market.
Okay.
And hold on, madam, sale, madam.
Okay, are you looking for a long-term view, 1 year picture?
Yes, madam, 1 year, madam.
Okay, and when did you buy it exactly?
Madam, 2 months back, madam.
2 months back. And since you said that you're a new investor, so why did you go for Vaaree Renewable in the very first place?
Yes, madam. I bought.
Okay, since there is some audio glitch there, but we have his query. Mahesh looking for a 1 year, outlook on Vaaree Renewables. Currently, it's trading at 780, but he's bought at 1280. So, do you see, the stock reaching those levels anywhere in the coming 1 year?
I think stock is in downturn channel and all the Vaaree group stock are facing some selling pressure. So still not we have seen more upside triangle from these levels. So if any downside near 650 zone, then we may see or we may review the counter for any upside channel. So currently is in downward trend. Any closing above 820 level, then we may see some upside momentum. But till that, we are not optimistic for upside. But currently, stock is facing more downside could become at least 650 level could be come in Vaaree Renew. Above closing 820 to 840 channel. So after that, what we may see some upside momentum can be come in the stocks. So I think I'm not advising to hold the Vaaree Renew. At least if you want to hold the in Vaaree Group, then Vaaree Energy could be a potential he can hold or switch the stocks in Vaaree Energy. We are seeing that there is a potential for upside. At least if it's horizon more than 1 year, we could see some more side upside that he can recover his losses in that counter.
Okay, so exit from Vaaree Renewable and buy Vaaree Energies instead is what Mahesh is suggesting. Rajesh, do you also hold the same view for the short term? Because since we've seen that since September, the stock has fallen significantly. And today also, if we talk about, it was down over 5%. So what do you have to say for short term?
Yeah, so for short term as well, I would suggest to bounce on any exit. We have seen that 50 EMA is acting as a resistance on any bounce. So currently the resistance is placed somewhere around 1050. So if in case there is any bounce towards those levels, so definitely needs to exit around those levels.
Okay, well, that's a view for Vaaree Renewables that we are seeing. Next, we have a caller joining us, and this is Sanjay from Surat. Hi, Sanjay. How can we help you on the show today?
Yes, madam. Good evening. My query is for BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, and I want to enter in this stock. Right now, I have not a single stock of this company, but I want to enter. I want to invest in this company.
Sanjay,
first of all, I would like to know what is the technical outlook. Is there any downside possibility?
Okay.
Or is it right time to enter in this stock?
Any particular reason that you plan to enter the stock?
Because this stock is actually it's 1 year 1941 is a low and 6133 is high. So I think that it is good time. Maybe it is good time.
Okay, Rajesh, I'll come to you. Now, BSE has been in focus, and this is especially after the new SEBI consultation. Also on the options contracts which are going to be there. Want to understand your view. Is this the correct time to enter this stock?
So in the last few sessions, we have seen a vertical fall in the stock. Good thing is that the client has still not entered and wants to add fresh. So as of now, the trend is down. The next support comes somewhere around 39.60 to 39.80. Having said that, he can add somewhere around 25% at current levels as well. So because if market reverses, this is one of the good counters, and this stock can reverse as well. So 25% can be added at current levels, and then further towards 39.50, where we are seeing 200 DMA. And in the past, 200 DMA has acted as a strong support for this counter. So at current levels, some position, and further on dips toward 39.50 to 39.60 would be a right approach.
Okay, 39.50 to 39.60. Mahesh, I'll come to you also. There have been a couple of interesting notes which came out during the market hours. One of them was Goldman Sachs on BSE. Now here they've highlighted that the SEBI consultation paper is to reduce the undue volatility in equity markets. Now, if we consider option trading accounts for around half of the top line for BSE, so this move particularly doesn't bode well for something like the exchange that is there. Want to get your outlook also. What is the trajectory going forward for a stock like BSE?
I think current market is not not good for exchange as well as broker as well as the AMC stocks. We are seeing more downside in all the sectors. So BSE has run already from lower side, and from option trading we are seeing low volume in the BSE also. So we may see some more downside from these levels also. Either I think investor could wait up to at least 3,600 level could be from current horizon. I think 3,600 could be a good level for entry, but we need to review time to time review on that level also. So wait and watch strategy could be better. I think stock could go more downside from these levels also, because stock has run a lot from in last 1 year. So I think some downside could come in these levels also. And stock has a much more potential for upside in 5 to 10 year horizon. But currently it is in downturn zone, and profit booking could come in this sector also, and some negativity across all these exchange broker AMC stock we are seeing. So some more pressure could be coming this stock also as well.
Okay, and that could be a good buying opportunity also, Mahesh. Am I correct?
I think that time we need to review that stocks and potentially that time we should watch the volume and market condition. So according to that we can review. But currently we are seeing some more downside. 3,800 could be first level could come, and after that one we may see 3,600. But if market condition improve from these levels, then we may see reversal also. But that technically that would will help you above 4,625 level. We may see immediate upside up to 4,855,000 zone. But currently stock is in downturn zone, and we are seeing market condition. We may see some more downside in that stock.
Right. Thanks for that view. With that, we have a caller from Chennai. Hi, Narayan. Good evening. Narayan, am I audible? I think we've lost the line there, but we have his query. He's asking whether it's the right time to enter Wipro. So Wipro is currently trading at 284 and was up to almost 2% today. So, Mahesh, Nifty IT rose as much as 1.64% during the session, and after a fall of over 7% in the week ending February 28, which is also the worst week since March 2020. The pressure for the index also comes amid concerns over a slowing US economy, which piles pressure on the domestic software exporters as well. So, considering all these factors, are these the correct levels to enter Wipro?
Wipro we may see 5 to 10 rupees downside from these levels also. But if your horizon is longer term, then we can enter Wipro is low volatile compared to other counter Infosys and TCS. As well as we have seen more selling pressure on TCS and other counter like Infosys and Tech Mahindra and HCL. So I think Wipro is low volatile compared to that, but we can see some more downside up to 270, 275 band could be a good entry zone from current view. But if anyone want to add these levels, and they can add on these levels also, but views should be more than 6 to 9 months at least.
Okay, so 270 or 275 ideally correct levels to enter, but currently also 283, these are also the correct levels to enter is what Mahesh is suggesting. Rajesh, I'd come to you on the short term. What are the projections on the chart looking like for Wipro?
Yeah, so at current levels as well as in a staggered manner towards 270, which is its 50 weekly moving average. So can be bought in a staggered manner. The current fall is seen with low volumes. We expect performance to continue, and this dip is an opportunity. So can buy at current levels and on further dips toward 270 levels.
Okay, can buy at further dips is what is the view for Rajesh. But next, moving on, we have Alex joining us. Alex, how can we help you on the show today?
Good evening. I have a query on IRCTC. Actually, I am a big fan of monopoly stocks. Actually, my IRCTC today, a news also I read it got a Navaratna status. How is the growth perspective going forward, and how Navaratna status will help in this monopoly stock?
Okay, yeah, of course. Now the recent update is that IRCTC along with IRFC has been accorded with the Navratna status that there is. Want to get your view, Mahesh, on firstly, Alex, I want to understand from you, is that a fundamental view that you're looking at or a technical view?
Yeah, fundamental view. Actually, it is not performed when compared to other stocks, so I need a fundamental view.
Okay, Mahesh, I'll come to you on this one then. What's your view on IRCTC?
That fundamentally stock is good. I think stock has much more potential for upside, and today we have seen good news for stocks, IRFC as well as IRCTC. I think stock has a potential up to 820 to 850 if your horizon is 6 to 9 months. If your horizon more than 12 months, and we may see 880 to 920 zone could become if market is stabilizing this level. So currently stock is in a good level, and I think if anyone want to add on these level, they can add further in these level. Stock has much more potential for upside. From 1 year horizon up to 900 level could become in this stock.
Okay, so that's a view coming in on IRCTC. With that, we have a caller from Mumbai. Hi Manish, good evening.
Yeah, I have bought Swan Energy at 440.
Okay.
Currently it is, can I add on to that?
Okay, and when did you buy it?
Almost 15 days back.
Okay, and why did you choose Swan Energy in the very first place?
Because what I saw is continuously paying dividend, profit making for last 10 years, and it is from the top it has come down to 50%.
And you're looking for a
All-time high
long-term
was-
view?
Yeah, 1-2 years.
Okay, Mahesh, since the company has experienced a significant sell-off, reaching a multi-year lows, so do you still, recommend holding Swan Energy for long-term?
I think he can hold further in Swan Energy. I think stock has much more potential for upside as he want to add on these level also. I think a 380 to 405 zone could be a good zone for accumulation further. So if his horizon more than 12 months, I think a 600 plus level could become stock has a much more potential. We have seen QIP in higher level also. So that could be also keep in mind that a bigger investor in this stock also. So I think stock has potential, and if anyone want to add in these levels, so stock is a fundamentally good. They can add further in 380 to 405, 410 zone could be a consolidation zone for this stocks. I hope stock could reach at least 550 to 600 zone in 6 to 9 months.
Okay, so since Mahesh is optimistic on the long term, Rajesh, are you also optimistic for the short term, on this particular counter?
So actually, the stock has broken its major swing high somewhere around 450. So possibly a bounce back from here towards 450, but we need to recheck around those level. If prices hold on to 450, then possibly 480 and 500 may be possible. But as of now, expecting bounce, but we need to recheck around 450 levels.
Okay, so that's the view for Swan Energy that we are seeing. Next, we have a caller joining. That's Adarsh from Thane. Hi, Adarsh. Can you please state your query for the viewers?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I'm holding stock of India Cements, quantity 126 numbers, at an average price of 209.79.
Okay. And you want to understand the fundamental view on the stock, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Just on for another 1 year, madam.
Okay. Mahesh, I'll come to you on a counter like India Cements. Now, he's currently sitting at a profit of roughly around 6,000 and wants to get a 1 year picture for this.
I think for cement sector, I think a stock India Cement could go a little bit upside from these levels. I think at 272 or 285 zone, if any zone coming on that level, then he can book the profit, and he may switch to another counter like Ultratech Cement, which is promising player in the sector, and some more safety concern of stock, concern of money could be there. Ultratech could be buying. We can suggest Ultratech buying on these level also. I think Ultratech has much more potential. At least 12,500 to 12,800 level could become in 1 year horizon in Ultratech. So they are in profit. So I think if any upside in stock, then he may switch to stock in Ultratech.
Okay, so that's a view coming in. With that, we have a caller from Ahmedabad. Hi, Ankit. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, how can we help you, Ankit?
My query is, I am holding 30 shares of Bank of Maharashtra at an average rate is 51.33.
Okay.
And my time horizon is long term, that is at least for a year or so.
Okay.
So I wanted to add more quantity. So is it right time to add more, or shall I wait for further correction?
Okay, and did you study about this particular company before investing, Ankit?
Yes, I did, and I find that this stock is attractive and has potential to give handsome profit in future.
Okay, it's good when our investors are, well read and they are studying the stocks that they are investing in. It's always good to find that. Mahesh, coming to you, currently it's trading at 44.6 and was down over 3% today. But since last week of February, the company has witnessed a very sharp fall. So, talking about the fundamentals of this particular company, are you optimistic?
If you see last few years result of Bank of Maharashtra, then we have seen much more upside and continuous upgrading in balance sheet of Bank of Maharashtra. I think stock has a much more potential for upside, and we have seen some government announcement in these small cap bank also. So I think if we want to add in these level, he can add further. I think it's an opportunity. If any downside from these level could come, that would be a good opportunity for adding the Bank of Maharashtra. From 1 year to 2 year horizon, we can see up to 65, 70, 75 odd level in this stock. So current downside is due to market selling pressure. So not due to fundamental reason. I think a stock has much more potential for upside. He can add further on these level also. And if any downside could be a good opportunity for these stocks. 1 to 2 year horizon, then your target could be 75 plus the range in this stock. So at least 1 year horizon could be a good for 65 to 70 range.
Okay, so that's a view for Bank of Maharashtra. Next, we move to Ramesh, who's calling us from Karnataka. Hi, Ramesh. How can we help you on Ask Profit today?
See, I asked about TVS Electronics Limited.
Yes, can you state when did you buy the stock? What is your horizon period going to be like, and any reasoning behind this particular counter that you see?
See, I purchased at 350. Presently, it is came down around 270 plus.
Okay.
Shall I hold or sell?
Okay, so and you're looking at a period for around more than 1 year, I'm assuming, since it's a long-term bet that you're seeing. Okay, Mahesh, I'll take the query to you. He's currently facing a loss of 2 lakh on this counter. Want to understand from you, with this kind of position, is it better to continue to hold on to this, or what should the strategy be like for TVS Electronics?
I think he's having more losses in TVS Electronics. Stock like this on more exposure should not be advisable, but still he is holding the same. So stop loss could be near 258. If breaking 258, we may see up to 220 level could come in stocks. But if any upside near 325 to 340 zone, try to exit from the same. So I think stock has not much more potential for upside from a longer term horizon also. So he should try to exit on higher level.
Okay, Rajesh, and your view also as well for TVS Electronics. Or what's the technical check suggesting?
So as of now, the trend remains negative. So exit on any bounce. The next support comes somewhere around 250. It's a major swing low in the past 2 years. So 250 is the next support, but exit on a bounce somewhere around 295 to 300 is a stiff resistance zone.
Okay, thanks for that view on short term, Rajesh. With that, let's go across to our caller from Hyderabad. Hi, Vijay. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Yes, how can I help you?
Madam, I have 10,30,000 hard cash, madam.
Okay.
I want to buy the future of Biocon or Laurus. I'm a trader,
Okay.
I want to buy the Biocon future or Laurus future. Which is the best one?
Okay. And are you looking for a short-term view or a long-term view?
Short-term view, madam.
Short-term view. Rajesh, coming straight to you. What do you have to say? What are your picks? Biocon futures or Laurus Labs futures?
Today Biocon has formed a hammer pattern on a strong support. So possibly in tomorrow's session, if it sustains somewhere above 308, then possibly the stock can head towards 320. Having said that, future positions can be heavy. Difficult. So above 308 can expect some momentum, but needs to keep a strict stop loss somewhere below 293.
Okay, so that's the view for Biocon that we are seeing. Keep a stop loss around 293. Next, we have a caller joining us, and this is Vaaree from Gujarat. Hi, Vaaree. Can you state your query today?
Yeah, hi, ma'am. So my query is regarding ONGC. So first of all, I am a new investor and started investing in 2024. And I'm heavily invested in energy sectors such as NTPC, Coal India, ONGC. But I want to get a recommendation on ONGC. Is it a buy on dips or should I sell it?
Vaaree, can you explain how much of your allocation is towards the energy sector of your total portfolio that you're seeing?
Yeah, so right now I'm heavily invested around, let's say, 30% of my portfolio.
Okay. So 30%.
And ONGC I hold at 258 price.
258 price, that's okay. And you plan to hold this for a period longer than 2 years, I'm assuming?
Yes, so longer in terms of years as well. And if possible, I want to buy, add more of it as well.
Okay, Mahesh, I'll come to you for a counter like ONGC. Now, as Vaaree was stated, around 30% of his portfolio is in the energy sector. Want to understand your view on the same and whether he should diversify to other sectors as well, and again, the view on ONGC.
I think stock has much more potential for upside, but currently, as we are facing all the sector and all the market are facing some selling pressure, some more pressure can't deny from these levels also. But stock has a much more potential. Stock has a government company, and we are seeing good dividend yield also in these stocks. But so longer term horizon could be we can hold the stock. There is no problem for the holding in this end. But from sector specific, if you are holding any sector specific, try to keep exposure below 15 to 12% at least for one sector also. So that could be easy for reshuffle also, though, so we can reshuffle in another sector also. So current perspective, if we see some change, some policy announcement or RBI, we are seeing some NBFC, we are seeing some banks are getting potential for upside in upcoming time. So we can see some AU small finance type banks and other private sector banking like ICICI Bank, and we are SBI as well as for PSB. So there is a potential for upside in upcoming time. I think 1 to 2 quarter could be a good for banking sector as well as NBFC sector. So that could we keep in mind, then we can reshuffle at least some quantity on that level. So from current perspective, ONGC could be hold. Any upside near 260 to 275, try to reduce your exposure in a particular sector.
Right, Mahesh. Thanks for that view, Mahesh. But I'm afraid that we are running short on time. But, Mahesh and Rajesh, it's so good to have you both on our show. You answered our viewers' queries so patiently. Thanks for your time. And viewers, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Ask Profit. But stay tuned to NDTV Profit for more news and updates. There's more lined up ahead.
Very warm welcome to you all for this NDTV Profit conclave, which is themed on Viksit Bharat.
A life which is both taking care of your material needs and taking care of your altruistic needs. That will be the true definition of Viksit Bharat.
In my view, we are already out of that slowdown.
For every unloam, you have to have vilom. You can't just keep doing up and up in the breathing also. You have to come down. So the correction and healthy correction is a very, very integral part of the market.
The private capital expenditure, from where I sit, I see that private capital expenditure is happening.
Any tariff coming on Indian goods will be passed on to American consumers, and Indian companies will not be affected.
We feel fairly good about the fact that we can compete with various folks.
Actually, instead of Viksit Bharat, we should call it Re-Viksit Bharat.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
Very warm welcome to you all for this NDTV Profit conclave, which is themed on Viksit Bharat.
A life which is both taking care of your material needs and taking care of your altruistic needs. That will be the true definition of Viksit Bharat.
In my view, we are already out of that slowdown.
For every unloam, you have to have vilom. You can't just keep doing up and up in the breading also. You have to come down. So the correction and healthy correction is a very, very integral part of the market.
Nifty and Sensex end flat after a volatile trading session. Media and oil and gas emerge as top losers, and Realty breaks a 5-day losing streak to reverse some loss in the market. The Supreme Court takes suo motu cognizance on regulating online content and asks the centre to come up with draft guidelines that curbs vulgar content but doesn't clamp down on free speech. The top court also allows Beer Biceps to resume his podcast. Authorities are investigating 216 share sales to check if promoters lowered their tax by inflating costs before public listings. Ola Electric lays off 1,400 to 1,500 employees as its expansion hasn't led to enough sales. The adjusted HSBC India manufacturing PMI slows to its weakest since December 2023. February's manufacturing PMI stood at 56.3, down from 57.7 in January. Low-budget comedy Anora has triumphed at this year's Academy Awards, winning 5 Oscars. Another notable mention was No Other Land, a film made by Israel-Palestine Collective about displacement in the West Bank, which wins Best Documentary despite no official distribution in the US. Good evening, you're watching Profit 360 on NDTV Profit and I'm Sanjana. Along the next half an hour, we'll bring you the latest on markets as well as national and international news. But our top focus now, an interesting and significant decision that was made by the Delhi High Court that has made it clear now more than ever, no blanket ban on smartphones in schools. Before we delve into this a little further, let's take a moment to think of how times are truly changing. Phones in schools was an absolute no till just a few years ago. In fact, children especially brought up in stricter households weren't even given access to phones at home, let alone schools. Therefore, smartphones were a luxury not only because of how much they costed, but of how they were projected as an asset only for adults. Cut to today. We live in an age of artificial intelligence where information cannot be ignored, and smartphones are rather being treated as a potential tool to enhance education. But how safe is the idea? How much can one regulate, and will it harm or will it stimulate? To discuss exactly this, please join me in welcoming my panelists this evening. I have Shweta Gandhi, child psychologist, parenting coach and NLP master coach, and advocate Anubha S. Sahai, President, India-wide Parents Associations. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me this evening. Shweta, we're definitely, but before I get Shweta back on, Anubha, my question coming to you. Can we continue to ignore the need and use of smartphones anymore? The Delhi High Court taking this decision, but also adding some guidelines with it.
Yeah, thank you for having me on this show. And I am really grateful to Honorable Delhi High Court that at least they have come up with some suggestions and some solution to this problem. Because today's digital world, it is definitely not possible to keep children away from mobile phone and gadgets. But at the same time, regulations